Success at a young age comes with one thing only: discipline. Welcome to Earn Your Signature podcast. One of your hosts here, Gea Gomez, and today I'm with Mr. Victor Avila. Victor Avila is not only one of our top producers here in our team, first time in our show, this podcast, because you've been in previous one with us, originally from Venezuela. What else we can say about you? Dedication, discipline is you. Sir, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Gia.
The pleasure is mine. For the first time I can call you sir, huh?
Yeah, pushing 30.
I know. So started with us at a very young, tender age of
18. I got my license at 17, but then I couldn't practice it until I turned 18.
Turn 18. You have become top producer. You started from the beginning. Today we're going to know who you are, and we want people to know Victor outside real estate. You know, the Victor that a lot of people think they know, but we want to hear from you. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Can we go through the journey?
Sure. Of course.
First question, Mr. Victor Avila. First of all, thank you for coming and saying yes. Who is Victor outside real estate?
Victor outside real estate is actually a very introverted person with like 2 friends and goes to the gym like half of the day and tries to sleep as much as possible.
Introverted?
Very introverted outside of real estate, yes.
How you manage both, like being introverted and then being the opposite in real estate?
Well, it's like a switch that you like turn on, right? So it's not like I'm always like, like the whole entire day. You know, once I get home, I go, and then I just don't want to talk to anybody for the rest of the day. But that usually never happens because when you get home, you go, and it's like somebody else calls, and then somebody else calls, and then somebody else emails you, and so on and so forth. So it never ends up happening. But the little time that I do have to myself, I like to just like chill, just be on my phone, go to sleep, and just try to relax.
Wow. Wow. So you enjoy your peace after chaos and the hustle and the bustle. You're like your quiet time.
Yes.
Wow.
Very.
We would not expect that from a young person.
Yeah, I guess. Different, you know.
Well, Vic, we love you here, and as much as energy you bring to our team and to every meeting, that there's always a joke and there's always something going on, poking us here and pushing us here. You embody discipline and dedication in every aspect of the word, not only in real estate being the top producer, because today we're only talking about you and your personal state. You know, we can definitely see you that you work out a little bit. Sometimes, right? So image for you is very important. Discipline in every aspect. We're going to get to that. But before that, you originally are from Venezuela.
Yeah. I came here when I was 8 years old, and now America has adopted me. Now I'm a U.S. citizen, America. Yeah, I do love this country, so I'm very glad that I'm here now, and hopefully better things come in the future for Venezuela.
Amen.
For Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba's coming soon. Hopefully by the time this air, we're ready. Free.
Hopefully.
How was that journey? I know you were young, but coming from Venezuela to a new culture, to a new country and everything, and being young because you were 8 years old.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a clash because you come here with not knowing any English. You come here with not knowing like anybody as well. It's just straight up like we just moved from one place to the other. So there's always a clash, obviously, in school. You're like 8 years old, and you show up, and you're trying to blend in as much as possible. Like, I remember my first day in school. You know how, like, we do the Pledge of Allegiance here, right? Like, everybody started standing up, and I was just like, I'm standing up, too. I don't even know why we're standing up, but, you know, and then they started saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm like, I don't know what the crap they're doing, but I put my hand off right here, and I was looking at the flag. True. So yeah, it's really different coming from a different country because obviously culture and the way people act and the way people do things it's completely different. you know. So, and then also the other thing too, over there, coming from a school of like my like, little class was like 13 kids, 15 kids to now having like my class being like 100 kids, that was also very different as well.
Huge shock. How was that? How that whole entire transition, you can say, it has shaped you, who you are today?
I feel like it gives you more, it makes you open your eyes to things, you know, like it's not like you're very like in a bubble, you know, because I know what it is to, you know, live in a third world country, and I know what it is to live here. And, you know, so it's like it opens up, like when you come here, it opens up like the gratitude in your heart of being like, wow, like, you know, I'm so thankful to be here. And I'm so thankful to have like the opportunity that most people would kill for, that, you know, you are able to like live it every day. So very thankful.
Absolutely. You have achieved a lot at a young age. And for those of you that will see many other podcasts of you, there's a lot of layers in your success and who you are. Discipline, we're talking today about your discipline and who you are outside real estate. But having achieved so much at a young age, what do you think sets you apart?
I think, and my little two friends that know me, they could probably vouch for this. I don't know what it is, but I feel like for me, like once I set my mind into something, I hyperfixate on that one thing, you know. And it could be real estate. I remember like I went through like a basketball phase last year where like I was like playing basketball 5 hours a day, and I've never played before, and I wanted to get really good at it. And, you know, like I've gone through phases where like the drums, the basketball, soccer, boxing, anything, you name it. So I think it's just once I set my mind to something, I hyper fixate on that one thing, right? And I do everything possible to try to get really good at that one thing. So like what that means is like anything and everything that I do, like I'll just give you an example. Like if I'm trying to get good at real estate, like if I'm not doing real estate and if I'm not working, I'm looking up videos on how on YouTube about real estate, or like how to do real estate, or like how to get leads, or this and that or whatever. So like I'm always like 24/7 real estate, right? And it's the same thing with like, let's say when I went through that little basketball phase last year, you know, if I wasn't practicing or if I wasn't playing, I would like look up videos on like how to do these moves, like how to do like certain plays, how to do certain things. I would be watching basketball games, etc. So I think it's just the thing that sets me apart is that I have my friend told me this yesterday. I think he said like ADHD or something like that.
I can see
like
that.
a small like a small percentage of ADHD, and he's like, bro, like I don't know how you do it. Like you just like you're crazy. And so yeah, I think that's one of the main things that like once I set my mind into something, I hyperfixate until it's like done.
How important is consistency in your success?
I mean, consistency is the number one thing that leads to success, right? Like it's like with anything, you know, like how do you get good at anything is you get good at anything by doing so many hours and putting in so many hours that it'll be unreasonably like impossible for you not to be good at it, you know? So obviously I feel like consistency is way more important than intensity, in my opinion. Because of consistency, like intensity, you can be intense for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, but then after hop off, you know. But if you're, you know, good every single day, little by little, long term, you're going to get to your goal, you know.
I agree 200%.
Yeah.
Cannot agree more than that. And I love it. What sacrifice you had to make to be where you are right now?
I just think, well, I wouldn't call it sacrifice because I was never like that, but I never really lived like my 20s, how a regular 20-year-old lived them, right? Like I could count, probably been to a club maybe twice in my life. I never really went to like the little parties and the clubs, and so like all the little distractions that a 20-year-old would have, I never really had them. Not because, I'm not gonna lie to you, oh yeah, you gotta sacrifice this and that. It's just I never found an interest on it, so that's always like good. But I feel like things that I had to give up, probably that, just living like a normal 20-year-old and going out, getting drunk, and going to clubs and stuff like that, which I don't think you're really missing out on much if you're really doing all that stuff.
It's very interesting, actually, that you're saying that, because as you're saying that, the little persistent that you are in everything and getting asphyxiated and everything, you basically not noticing that you take everything that is distraction of your goal. Mm-hmm. So things that don't feed that goal or that mission that you have, you without not even noticing, remove it. Basically,
yeah, I guess so.
So you didn't miss out. I agree with you. You didn't miss out anything. So
yeah,
you still have a couple of years, but
right.
Now let's go on something that it has to do with discipline and beyond business, which you're also very committed into fitness. For those that have not noticed, and why you stay in shape, or why staying in shape is so important to Victor.
Right. I think everybody's different and everybody has a different body. Mm-hmm. But I think for me, the way I work and the way like my mindset is I have, once I'm in shape, right, everything else goes good in my life. Okay. Like deals start flowing in, I have more energy, I have more patience, I'm able to wake up earlier, etc. So I think it's very important that, at least for me, I'm one of those people where, if you look good, you feel good type of that saying that, if everything goes well, I'm good, right? Now, obviously, there's times in my life where I've been overweight. There's times in my life where I've had a couple more pounds. And I did not perform as good as when I'm in shape, right? Like, for example, like, you're like heavy and like clothes don't fit the same way. So you don't even want to dress up. You don't want to leave your house because you don't even got all the clothes are too tight. So yeah, I think that, I mean, for me, I've been an athlete all my life, and fitness has been a big part of my life throughout my whole entire life. So I think that it's, literally more important than anything else is having my health and my fitness in check before I do everything else.
So what would you say that is that connection between your physical discipline and your business discipline?
Yeah.
Is there a connection there?
There is a connection, and it's a big connection. Like if the fitness discipline is not there, then the business discipline won't be there either. If that makes sense. Yeah. Because the fitness discipline also ties down to, if it's in check, it also ties down to your mindset and your energy and your mood, right? So if that's also not in check, then the business discipline won't come into play. So it won't come into play. It becomes easier, put it that way, because you still got to get it done, because obviously you got to pay your bills and everything like that. But it comes easier if your fitness discipline's in check.
Got it. So you also take pride in how you present yourself. You dress sharp. You carry yourself very well. Why does it matter? Why that matters to you so much?
I guess, I mean, it's a preference, right? And then also it's just, we live in, one, it's a preference, right? So I like it. I like dressing up nice, and the colognes and all this stuff or whatever. But also we live in a very vain world too, right? And if you're in sales, you want to do everything in your power to be able to have an advantage towards others, right? So for example, I'll tell you an example. Like if you wear suits, right? You wear suits, you wear watches or whatever. you know, people are always gonna look at you because it's different, right? So people are gonna look, oh man, you look sharp. Like, what do you do? Oh, real estate, and then boom, there you go. Like you just start a conversation there. Oh man, like, you know, I was thinking about buying a house, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then, oh yeah, here's my card. You know, boom, boom, boom. So one, it's a way to opportunity to, you know, get new clients and build a new clientele. And then two, I mean, you know, obviously, you know, if you're in the you know, the watches and the suits, most people that are into that too are probably also business people as well. Right. So for example, like with the watches, right? Like if you have a nice watch, people that know about the watches that usually also tend to come from having funds and everything, they're also going to notice. I'm like, oh, nice watch, man. Oh, I got this one. And then it's also another opportunity to network, right? With people that are up there as well. So I think dressing nice and looking the part, it always comes in an advantage when it comes to sales, because it opens opportunities for communications with people that you wouldn't usually talk to. You like that one?
Yeah. I'm going to put it on my book.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, yeah.
I love that. Wow. I'm just taking all in. Do you think how you show up physically affects how client trusts you?
Physically, like in what sense? Like
physically, how you look, how you just kind of explain it
right
now.
Yeah, of course.
But also in the trust part of it?
Of course, yes, of course. Like, I mean, it depends what type of clientele you have, right? But if you're dealing with a client that's over, you know, if you're dealing with clients that are either investment clients, commercial clients that are like straight up business, if you're dealing with clients that are higher in the price range of homes, that's a big trust issue, because usually you're dealing with, you know, doctors, lawyers, you're dealing with business owners. Right. So in that aspect, you can't just come in shorts and flip flops, because you're not Jeff Bezos. Right. Everybody says like, oh, you know, but the guys in the suits always work for the guys in the flip flops. So yeah, but you're not Jeff Bezos. You're not Elon Musk. You're not Mark Zuckerberg. You're none of these guys. So put on your suit. Right. So, so yeah. So, but yeah, it's a big thing. I've had clients, you know, be like, oh man, I like, the reason why I went with you is because you look so the part. You look like, you know, you take this seriously, you know. So sometimes when clients see you and they see you dressed the part, you know, that's sometimes a big correlation to you take your job seriously too. So absolutely, huge connection there, and you hit it on the nail so well. It's just it's not that just because you dress well physically, people just trust you automatically. It's just what you said. It's just sets you apart, and it, you know, wins a big battle. You know, fortunately, like you said, 90% of people are visual. So I agree with you 200%. Exactly.
Now we're gonna do a session of fire question.
Wow.
So fire segment. So are you ready?
Well, fire question as in you want me to...
As fast answers, instinct only.
Okay.
Please be careful.
Okay.
Boy, Victor, we have to
one
be
word?
so careful.
You want me to say one word?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Or I'll give you one thing or the other, and then you say. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So you choose one or the other. There you go.
Okay.
Rather, not one word, one or the other.
Okay. So it's like a would you rather. Right?
Okay. There you go. Early workout or late nights grind?
Early workout.
Suit or casual?
Suits.
Motivational or discipline?
Discipline.
Gym or closing table?
Closing table. I'm sorry. I need to pay my bills. The gym doesn't pay the bills.
One habit that changed your life. That's one word. One habit that have changed your life.
Oh.
We know
routine.
Definitely not food.
Yeah.
One word that describe your mindset.
Passionate.
Intense, I would say too.
Yeah, intense.
So freaking
There you go.
intense.
Intense.
So intense. And the last question. Actually, no, I have another question here. I'm sorry. I forgot my producer. For somebody with your level of discipline and drive, what does earn your signature really means to you?
I think it's waking up every day with, even whether you feel like doing it or not, and still doing it.
Even when you don't feel like it.
Yes. It's doing it even when you don't feel like it.
So you heard it from him. If you want different results, make what makes you uncomfortable.
Exactly.
To become that top producer, to look good, to get to the level that you are. Now, Gia's last question. And there could be a teenager out there or an 18-year-old right there listening to your story. What's one thing you will advise him to keep his eyes on?
It's better to be alone than to be with bad company.
Yeah. True.
Better to be alone than to be with bad company.
So to embrace loneliness sometimes. It's tough, but it takes a different mindset.
Yeah.
Hey, Victor, it's been lovely just to hear you and interviewing you. I know there's amazing things for you in the future because you have the main thing, the main core, which is discipline, which is passion, desire, and definitely a routine. So I know Mr. Gomez is going to be interviewing you in another opportunity, but I wanted to get to you, not the sales part. And it's beautiful to hear you. And I have interviewed you before, but it's just so beautiful to see your growth and where you are right now. And it's very inspiring because I know there's so many eyes on you, and you sometimes might not think that you are, but you're inspiring many people. So continue doing your thing.
Thank you for having me.
Love you, my man. Don't forget to subscribe, to comment, to share to all the platform, and hit that ring thing so you always get all the notification. Can't wait to see you guys in the next show. Have a good one.